No, I just got through gotten up this morning. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning, and doing my look, finishing up my workout. You know, brother got to get it in. You know, I highly recommend my brothers and sisters get your workout on too while you at it. And this had came across, I had got a notification on my phone, and it turns out, right here in my home territory here, Miami, Florida, that y'all remember about the unarmed shooting, the police shooting of unarmed Charles Kinsey. That's the picture of the brother you see right here. When he was shot in the leg by a North Miami police officer. And I'm gonna show you his picture and the name and his picture in a minute. You know, who happened to be the caretaker and therapy caretaker for an autistic kid, because some Peckerwood in North Miami made a call to police saying that the autistic kid had a gun, and he didn't. It was a silver toy truck. And the asshole pussy, no pussy getting cop, pig, was 150 feet away when he rolled up on the scene and pulls out an AR-15 and shoots the man in the leg. The man got his hands up while laying on the ground and shot him. Kinsey's is still alive, as y'all well know. Well, this is breaking news that just came in, and I'm gonna give y'all an update. You know, that officer has been charged, but now it's 4 more charges have been added on to that. And you know, and I got the story right here. So according with the Miami Herald, our local newspaper here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna get into it, which happens to be today, and this was the time that I got it. Okay, Miami prosecutors to upgrade charges against cops in Charles Kinsey shooting. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get into this, because one of the reasons why this interests me, because I could talk about everything else. I can even talk about what goes on here in my backyard, about here in Miami, for all my subs from everywhere else, here and abroad. Let's get into it. Prosecutors on Friday are set to add charges against the North Miami police officer accused of illegally shooting an unarmed man who was laying on the ground with his hands up. During an arraignment scheduled later today, the officer is John Aledda. Now, if y'all don't know what this motherfucker look like, I'm just gonna make it brief real quick. He's a real piece of shit, and he's a coward to boot. That's him right there. You know, typical wannabe, you know, fucking white Cuban. But you can tell he's a pussy. Look like he wears lipstick during his time off. That sort of thing. Let's get into it. Let's get back in here. Okay. So he will be charged with an additional felony and misdemeanor count. In all, Aledda will now be facing 4 charges just in the shooting of Charles Kinsey, a black behavioral therapist. See how they use this? A black behavioral therapist. Typical Miami Herald, David O'Valley, use a piece of work, piece of shit. You know, why he just couldn't just say behavioral therapist whose shooting in July drew worldwide media coverage. Now, Aledda, who happens to be 30, intends to plead not guilty. No surprise there. I don't see how you're not guilty. You know, now the arrest of Aledda marks the first time a police officer has been charged in Miami-Dade County for an on-duty shooting since, and I can tell you this firsthand, 1989, Overtown, William Lozano, you know what I'm saying? Now, no police officer has been convicted in state court for on-duty shooting since Miami Officer William Lozano in 1989. And even then, his conviction was overturned on appeal and he was later acquitted. Now, why I get the feeling this is going to happen, the same thing is going to happen to this cocksucker. Now, the arraignment is scheduled to unfold 10 months after Aledda shot Kinsey, who was trying to protect an autistic man who wandered away from his group home in North Miami. Now, the autistic man, which is named Arnaldo Rios, as you can see here, was holding a silver toy truck, which a neighbor, which I believe it was white, being the cowards that they is, mistook for a possible gun and calling 911. Excuse me. Yeah. Now, Rios was sitting in the middle of the street with Kinsey trying to shepherd him back when North Miami police arrived, surrounding them in a tense confrontation. How tense was it? He was trying to get him back into the house. Kinsey was laid on his back, as you can see here, laid on his back, hands in the air, begging officers not to shoot. Now, it was all captured on a bystander's video that went viral. Now, Aledda, being a coward, he fired, hitting him in the thigh. The police union said Aledda had acted in the defense of others, believing Rios had a weapon. The police union chief is none other than that punk Javier Ortiz. I'm going to show y'all who he is, too. Now, after months of investigation, prosecutors concluded that Aledda was not justified in a shooting from over 150 feet away. Yeah, I mean, so how you in the defense of others from 150 feet away? Among the reasons, other officers have already radioed out that Rios did not have a weapon, and 2 cops within 20 feet did not fear for their lives. In arresting Aledda, prosecutors, I know I keep butchering his name up. Prosecutors immediately charged him with 1 felony account of attempted manslaughter and 1 misdemeanor count of culpable negligence. During the Friday hearing, they intend to file 2 felony counts of attempted manslaughter, 1 for Kinsey and 1 for Rios. The autistic man was not hit, but the shots fired at him could have resulted in death, according to the formal charges. Likewise, the 2 misdemeanor counts were also added, 1 for each victim. Now, this is from the tranny. We're constantly analyzing the law and looking at the facts, and as a result, we realize these are the appropriate charges. That is from the tranny, the Joker, you know, that bitch, Miami-Dade State Attorney Catherine Fernandez-Rundle. Now, anybody that caught my last video could easily remember this heifer. Y'all should easily remember her. Let's just get into it. See if I could bring up a more up-close picture of her motherfucking ass. This bitch right here. Remember what happened with Charles Rainey, the schizophrenic inmate that 3 guards had left him in a scalding hot shower, which was over 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and let him die there. And she did not pursue the charges on this. To my people in Chicago and to my people in Cleveland, you know, this is our own Anita Alvarez, our own Tim McGinty. You know, this fucking bitch. This fucking I'm gonna take Taurine Rain's quote. Zesty, spicy cracker. Has been the bane of the black community for a very long time. Specifically how she gets out here and she targets black men when it comes to police involved shooting. And she's never charged since she's been in the office up until now. Total stark contrast, different from Janet Reno. May she rest in peace. Catherine Fernandez Rundle is not who y'all think it is. Hell, she's not even a woman. I believe this heifer is a man. I believe this is a man. Period. I can show y'all even more pictures to make my case in point. No type of shape, no curvy body, no nothing. Look at these hands, man. Zoom in right there. Look at those hands. That bitch a man. But let me go back real quick, and I want to show y'all this piece of garbage right here. This is the 30-year-old closet fag police officer. Now the gun he used to shoot at Kinsey, he pulled out an AR-15, and you 150 feet away. So how the fuck was you in danger? How the fuck was you in danger? And you had two other officers there that was within 20 feet. Their lives weren't threatened. But no, this is white supremacy at work right here. This is the honorary race soldier. Like I say, most of these like white Cubans, specifically down here in Miami, they want to get their honorary white card, so honorary cracker card, so goddamn bad. But they don't realize that 45 has had it up the hill with them, and he kicking all they asses out. And I, for one, don't feel sorry about it. As in what Tariq Nasheed has always say, they got to hold their own nuts. Now that police union chief, Javier Ortiz, has also lied about the whole thing for them too. Let me see if I can pull him up. Y'all give me a minute. Because when this came on here, I had to do this because before I do my White Thugs Friday show today, which the subject is gonna be some cracker out of Virginia named Matthew Ellis, and this dude is the definition of the word thug. But so is Adela. He's a thug too, a thug with a badge. But I'm just gonna keep my eye on this, and I'm gonna keep y'all up to date with what's going on, because to see if they gonna follow through, because I do not trust Rundle. I never trusted that hoe. And this is to my peoples down here in Miami. The black community, she's up for re-election. Rundle's up for re-election real soon. And y'all need to do due diligence. Y'all need to have due diligence and vote this bitch out. This is where the power of your vote lies. It never was in the presidential elections, ever. It's always vote locally. That's where you make your impact. That's where you make it known that. And people often get mad at me when they ask me, did I vote when it came out of presidential election? I say, hell no. Because I have a right to go ahead and withhold my vote. The reason why 45 is in office is because of us. So we really the ones should be taking a bow, and then let that other party know, both parties know, that if you fuck with us, we'll hold our votes. Because I don't care, you know, yes, she is Cuban. And you know how the media tries to get out here and pumps this crap up saying, oh, well, the quote-unquote Hispanics are going to be the new majority and all this stuff like that. Not necessarily true. Because when it comes down to genetics, when it comes down to biology, when it comes down to everything always circles back to us, the original people, you know, the melanated people, us, so-called black people. And I'm going a little bit more science here, because, you know, black is not a nationality. Neither is Hispanic, neither is white. But I do use these terms as forms of communication, because a lot of our people ain't woke yet. If you don't believe me, all you got to do is look it up, or look it up and do the research on it. I'm pretty sure all y'all who got smartphones and tablets can do that. But the point of the matter is, we hold the swing vote. We got the leverage. Now, this is not saying that Trump is going to, I hate to say Trump, 45 is, you know, aka Fool-Aid, aka Agent Orange, is going to do something for us. No, of course not. I can tell you that firsthand. But he has no love for he don't have no love for Rundles or the Aleddas or Aleddas or whatever. He has no love for them motherfuckers. He's doing what the fuck he's supposed to do. And guess what? I don't have a problem with it. People, y'all probably scratching my head when y'all hear me say this, but it's true. I don't have a problem with it. .45 is doing what he's supposed to do. But this bitch got to get voted out, because she is not going to. Because see, notice in that last statement what she said, we constantly analyzing the law and looking at the facts, and as a result, you know, constantly, see, these T words, constantly analyzing the law. That's code, basically meaning she looking for a loophole to try to get out of this. Because keep in mind, she has a history of not going ahead here and not charging the police officers. 1989, I could recall, I was here. I was around then when William Lozano shot a motorcyclist off his motorcycle in Overtown. And that was the day that none of the police departments couldn't do nothing with Overtown, because we showed them who really runs Overtown. Although right now, you know, my beloved Overtown is getting like heavily gentrified, as well as Liberty City, as well as Opelika, as well as Brownsville, as well as everywhere else. Gentrification is everywhere. You know, because I spend most of my time talking to the youth about when it comes down to group economics, about spending with our own, doing business with our own, making transactions with our own, like this. You know, when it comes down to it, and it's the same thing in politics. We hold the swing vote. You know, plain and simple. It's not them. It's not the Asians. It's not the so-called Jews, aka small hats. It's always been us. If you piss us off even more, I'm saying like that, we'll make sure 45 get in there for another 8 years, another 4 years. Because surely he doesn't give a fuck about her. I'm pretty sure he wants to go ahead and kick her ass out as well. But anyway, I'm gonna follow up, and we're gonna see about this, and we're gonna keep our eye on this to find out what's going on with that, though. But I hope Charles Kinsey, I hope this brother, man, I hope he sued the fucking pants off the city of North Miami, and as well as Miami-Dade County. Sue the fuck out of them. They'll be hurting. They'll be hurting very hard for money.